Hi everyone, and welcome to this short marking calibration video for the lay summary assessments. In this video, I'll walk you through a few key points to help ensure we're all aligned in our approach, including how to access and review the narrated PowerPoints, how to interpret the rubric, and how to apply it consistently across submissions. Let's begin. Part 1. Accessing the narrated PowerPoint first. A quick reminder on how to access the narrated PowerPoint submissions via Turnitin. Once you're in the submission inbox, click on the student's entry and select the originally submitted file to download. On Turnitin, you won't be able to interact with it like a standard PowerPoint and only be able to view each slide. You'll need to listen to the audio narration offline, so we suggest using a split screen or taking notes as you go. Part 2. Marking principles and consistency. When reviewing submissions, please keep the assessment rubric close at hand. It's structured to guide you through each criterion, from accuracy and clarity to accessibility and use of all elements. Sometimes you may find a submission that performs strongly in one area but falls short in another. For instance, great storyline but weak integration of methods used. That's where the rubric helps you balance strengths and weaknesses to determine a fair overall mark. How you weigh the different parts will be down to your academic judgment. Initially, we had strict percentages allocated to different parts, but we found that this disadvantages some and unfairly advantaged other students. It's also important to remember that some variability in interpretation is expected, but we're aiming for general alignment, particularly around borderline or fail-level work, and what constitutes merit or distinction-level quality. All in all, consistency is key when we deliver feedback, particularly if there is more than one marker. We suggest the following feedback practice for the lay summary assessment, which you may choose to adjust to fit your students' needs. Please check the examples shared with you in the materials pack, which give you a good idea of the level of feedback expected in the formative and summative stage 2. Part 3. Common issues to watch out for. A few common issues that tend to come up include misalignment between the research and the chosen checklist, i.e., students selecting an incorrect checklist, overly technical language that isn't accessible to a lay audience, lack of structure or unclear narrative flow, images that are included but not explained or that don't add value, no balanced account, e.g., only limitations, but not benefits of the published research have been featured. The methods or data handling weren't described. This is a key feature of writing a summary that can empower recipients. As one example, you would expect students to mention it's a systematic review and how that works briefly. Same goes for stats. Concision is key here. If a student uses the wrong checklist entirely, that will impact their mark. The rubric makes clear that the correct checklist is essential to meeting one of the core criteria. However, if the checklist is close, sometimes questions overlap in different checklists, or used in good faith, use your judgment to assess how well the student has engaged with the task overall. Generally, we see most variation in how the checklists are interpreted and filled in, so please read any added comments to understand the student's perspective. In many cases, there isn't one and only interpretation. This is due to the nature of the published checklists which were developed by researchers, but perhaps not always with practical use in mind. The original sources of the checklists can be located in the checklist headers. You can find examples of completed checklists for markers in the provided materials pack. As mentioned, we used to allocate fixed percentage points to the different parts of the assignment, but we have removed them to allow us for a more flexible and fair approach, reflecting student understanding and application of knowledge. Part 4. Nominations for publication. As you go through the submissions, please keep an eye out for those that might be suitable for publication on the collaborative library. Make a note as you go along to indicate nominations. Even if a piece isn't ultimately selected, still notify nominated students, and that recognition alone can have a hugely positive impact on their experience. Part 5. Marking timeline and final notes. If possible, please aim to mark 2 or 3 submissions by the end of the first week of marking. This helps spot any inconsistencies early and support you if needed. Remember to complete the rubric sliders as you mark the assignments. Hopefully, you'll find the process smooth and even quite enjoyable. Thanks again for your time and effort. We really couldn't do this without you. Happy marking!